Hey guys, welcome back. If you're new here, welcome. I'm JadeVA I, or known as Avery, since my name is literally in every single one of my videos. But anywho, today I'm here to explain Isaac's past. This will be, trigger warnings for this. There will be talks about abuse, eating disorder, passing out, bullying, weapons, and PTSD problems that he has, and etc. Let's get into it. When Isaac was 3 years old, his stepdad, known as John, had sent him to war when he was only about 3 years old. And when Isaac came back, he had PTSD due to the fact that there was many gunshots, and since Isaac didn't know how to use a gun or any type of weapon, he was still traumatized. So whenever he hears gunshots, he will have an anxiety or a panic attack or whatever. And Isaac will literally have a mental breakdown. Okay, moving on to when Isaac was 4, him and his brother Jay woke up in a random room. Isaac was chained to a wall, and his stepdad came in with a knife and took Jay and held the knife close to Jay's neck. Isaac was trying to get off the chains since he was started to get really concerned about his brother, and then John slit Jay's neck, and Isaac froze in terror. He literally screamed Jay's name over and over as to see if he was still awake. But when Isaac realized he was dead, Isaac literally cried. And when his stepfather got him out of the chains, Isaac ran over to his brother's dead body, and he cried while hugging it, and his stepdad just laughed at Isaac crying, and then left and went around telling the townspeople that Isaac killed Jay when he did not actually kill Jay. And then when Isaac was 6 now, he was left in the woods and was left there, and Isaac was waiting patiently for his stepdad to come back. But while he was still waiting, a grizzly bear came out of nowhere and attacked his right side, and it left this huge scar on his face, which almost killed Isaac. And it went down from his right side down to his neck, down to his right side of his chest, and it almost killed Isaac. But luckily, a wolf that was watching had suddenly saw this and attacked the grizzly bear and scared it off. And it was a female, by the way, and she took him in and started treating him like her own son. And Isaac was happy to have someone else beside him. And then when he was 9, his stepdad took him to a lab and then left him there, and the scientists there took Isaac and they started to experiment on him, which I don't know if y'all know this, but Isaac had elf ears in a tail. I will be doing that after I post this. So anywho, back to the thing. So the scientists took Isaac and they started to experiment on him, which gave them elf ears and a tail, and they started using him as a show pet. So whenever Isaac would mess up on stage and the guests left, they would take him and throw him in a room, take a knife and start cutting him. And Isaac would literally scream in agony from the pain that had left many scars on his body. it was traumatizing for Issac. He literally, so whenever he like sees his body, he was like crying because he wished that he didn't have these scars. He feels like they're ugly to him. But Issac, when Issac was around 13 or 14, during the pregame, Issac was bullied a lot. It's like they picked on him. No, it was to where they left him actually in an alleyway with a blade in his stomach, which almost killed Issac. But Kokichi, Suichi, and Rentaro found him, and they took him to the hospital. And people who did this was Kaede and Kaito. So while he was, then since one of his bullies, other boys had Kaede and Kaito, that she had came up to Issac and pushed him. She wanted to him to like fall on the floor, but his face hit a wall very hard, which caused his face to bleed out badly. So he had to be taken to the hospital, and he was in a coma for 4 years. And on the third year, Issac died. His heart had stopped beating due to the fact that he was losing a lot of blood underneath the bandages. And then when he was in high school, he was going to, this is when he was making a deal with Zach, his twin brother, who, Issac saw his partner kissing another person, and he dropped the florets that he was holding. And when his partner saw him, they were shocked and started to apologize to him as he just left crying. And then that's when Zach appeared and made him the deal of losing his emotions forever, making him lose his emotions. He could still show them, really, but just like not be able to. But he was not able to love again, and which made Issac not want love anymore. And when Issac was 19, his stepdad John, and Wyatt, your name, was playing Isaac's death, known as his final death, which was his spring-lock death. I would probably be doing another video about that, or not, I don't know. But when Issac had found out his stepdad killed his step-siblings, known as Jake and Luna, they're amazing siblings to Issac. They're amazing. I'll make and then show you guys. So Issac was going to report his stepdad to the police, and then but before Issac could, his stepdad invited him to somewhere, and while Issac was like looking around, and then he turned around, his stepdad was behind him, and he pushed him into the spring-lock suit that was behind Issac. And before Issac had enough time to get the spring-lock suit off, before the spring locks were activated, the spring locks activated, and it ended up killing Issac. And his stepdad just watched, laughing at his stepson dying on the floor. And Brian was there too, just not wanting this. They felt so bad for doing that. But anywho, so Issac now, he's still self-conscious about his body, but he's come very far about loving his body. But Issac was never the same. He still hates his stepdad, by the way. He's like, so whenever he sees him, he flips him off, like, no, I hate you. And so sorry for putting the foot thing in the video, but yeah. So whenever Isaac sees his stepdad, he will do that, and it's absolutely funny. Like he does not care if it hurts his stepdad's feelings. He'd rather see that man hurt than care. Anywho, I'm gonna end it here. Hope you guys having an amazing day or evening or night. And remember, I love you all. And this is JadeVA I saying out. Love you all.